Hi there. So we're out wild camping. Pretty typical winter's weather for the UK. Raining a little bit. Quite warm though. Very soggy underfoot, as you can imagine. Just walked up an hill. I'm absolutely knackered. So tonight we're out in the Belgian army tent. Should be perfect for a winter's camp. So let's get on and get up to the woods and see you there. Right, we're nearly there now, not far to go. Yeah, and there's a bit of a view of some of the hills. Might be exploring that one another time later this year, or next year rather. So where we're going tonight is way up the top there, up there somewhere. So this is always the worst part of the trip, by the way. It's all uphill somehow. It's not that bad at all. Just a bloody killer. Sorry about that rushed intro. There was loads of people still walking about at the time, so I had to sort of do it quick. And I was absolutely knackered as well. Right, let's get up the woods, get unpacked before it gets dark or before it starts raining. I'll see you there in a minute. So the woods here, these are the woods we're staying in. Very bare this time of year, as you can tell, but completely surrounded by fields. The nearest houses are right down there. Don't know whether you can see them. That's the nearest town, about 1.5 miles. That's where I've walked from. Yeah, very secluded little spot up here. And tonight it is New Year's Eve. So I'm not expecting much company up here, but we'll come out about midnight and have a look. Thought I'd show you the tent from a distance. Say we're about maybe 100 metres or something like that away now, maybe a bit less. Yeah, it doesn't really stand out that much. You can certainly see that arc to the top of it, but as it gets dark we won't see a damn thing, I doubt. It does blend in quite well. Right, so we're in the tent, all set up. Raining a bit now, about 10 minutes. I've just had a cup of tea. Pretty dark now. We've developed some problems with this tent though, and this is the problem really with untested surplus or even second-hand tents. You just don't know whether they're going to stand up to the rain. Let's have a little look then what we're looking at. Yeah, there we are, look, we're leaking in from seams, pretty bad. Bit of a worry, that one. Difficult to show you, but that's definitely what's going on. Some of these seams are in a real bad state, like up there. Fortunately this inner on this tent is like it's kind of like a fly sheet material, so hopefully that'll give me an added bit of protection. Not seeing any wet spots anywhere, so that's good. In this end, in the vestibule here, we're also seeing the same sort of problems all the way along these seams, absolutely pouring in. You know, it's not really raining that hard either, just to make it worse. So this is my cooking area in this vestibule. Got my boots there, trying to keep them out the wet rain. My Bergen up there with the cover over it, trying to keep that dry. So hopefully we'll be alright, but I just noticed that's dripping down on my boots, so must do something about that in a minute. So I'll bring you back in a bit. It's only about 5:30, perhaps about 6 we'll have something to eat and I'll show you what I've brought. Right, sleeping kit tonight then. We have got the Trangia loft pillow at the back there. We've got the British medium weight modular sleeping bag. Underneath that we've got it's a multi-mat Adventure Air. It's just a bag of air. It's not any thermal insulation, but it's going to be about 6 degrees tonight, so I don't need anything major there. And that one packs up nice and small. Got the silver thing underneath as well. So that should be adequate for tonight, nice and warm in fact. But brought along tonight something different. Little hurricane lantern, great little thing, and I was gonna say it would be a good thing in a tent, sort of take the nip off the air in the cold, also providing light, but they do produce quite a lot of smell. Yeah, it makes your eyes sting after a while, and they're not very bright at all, but it's still pretty vintage sort of camping gear there. I thought it'd be nice to try it out. Doesn't work too well, but I wish I had brought one of those little wind deflector things you put round a stove, because they're shiny. It would have stopped all the light sort of going out that way, and it would have bounced it all back into the tent. I did intend to use this in the vestibule part of the tent, but unfortunately the smoke and the stink was annoying me, so I've had to put it out there. I've got the doors open on the front of the tent, which is okay because I can look out. Unfortunately the rain is sort of easing off, just the odd drips off the trees now, but I have noticed a bit of wet up here. You can just see there, it's where I've had that coat sort of pushed up in the corner. It's been touching the fly, but the rain's supposed to stop around about 9 o'clock tonight, and then that should be it. So with a bit of luck we'll be okay and stay dry. Bring you back when we're getting some food going. Right, so tonight's food or culinary delight is something I brought last night actually. It's a Chinese beef curry. Bought it from the Chinese restaurant, and I thought I'd buy a lot of it because it's New Year's Eve and I traditionally have a Chinese on New Year's Eve, so I thought, why should I change that just because I'm coming out camping. I'm cooking it in the Trangia Mini, which is a fantastic little cook set I got for Christmas. Very small, a lot more sort of versatile than some of the military mess tins and cook sets. With this one I can fry things in the lid there, which becomes a frying pan, non-stick as well. And you've got the burner under there, which is one of those Trangia alcohol stoves, and it all fits inside that pot. Just lovely. That's about done now, I should say. So I brought the kettle from my big Trangia, which is the Trangia 25, I think it is. It's a good cook set again, but it is bloody massive. So I just thought I'd bring the kettle. It'd be something I can use to make a drink instead of having to clean this one out all the time. Right, so I'm going to get and eat my beef curry. I'll bring you back in a bit. Brought the lantern into the vestibule, a little bit of light. Got the flame really low on it now, so it's producing a fair bit less stink. Right, just come outside, drain the main vein. Haven't got very good light in here, but the tent's working quite well in the dark. You'll have to take my word for it, but that blackout in this tent is pretty damn good. I've got the hurricane lantern and a bright torch on in there, and there's barely bugger all light showing, even though the doors are open at the front. And that was definitely one of the better meals I ever had in a tent. Definitely going to do that one again. Just got a cup of tea going down there somewhere. Drinking tea because hopefully want to get some sleep tonight. And coffee, caffeine often disturbs my sleep, so tea's a good accompaniment to Chinese food anyway, really, because you know what the saying is, all the tea in China and all that. Anyway, so far so good. The minor leaks on this tent have been okay, really. It hasn't been particularly heavy rain, and it's stopped altogether pretty much now, so hopefully we'll be good. And I get a bit of Fab-Sil or something on this. Might have to do a bit of seam taping. On the whole though, the tent, yeah, it's one of them. It's not as big as I thought it really was in practice in here. 2-man tent, no way. I wouldn't want to sleep two up in here, no chance. Yeah, it's got nice vestibule on it, but it isn't huge. It's enough for your burger and cooking. And of course on this side here, try and show you, the front doors are, you've got the same kind of vestibule, but obviously I've got the doors wide open here so I can see out and get out and whatever, and a bit of ventilation for the hurricane lantern. I wouldn't want to put the tent up in strong winds. The fly sheet, assembling that with the poles, is a pain in the butt. Yeah, it's not the quickest thing to put up. Once you've got the fly sheet up, then it's alright, you can get underneath it to put up all the inner. Yeah, on the whole, yeah, not so pleased with it. It's very heavy, 4 kilograms. My pack weighed in at 40 pounds. That's about 18 kilograms coming up here, about 1.5 miles. That's sort of more than I'm used to carrying for a wild camp, at least. I'm the wrong side of 40 now, so yeah, it's getting hard, and it sort of made me blow a bit, or more than a bit in places. But yeah, New Year's Eve, I can't think of any better ways to spend New Year's Eve. Yeah, getting down the pub and drinking, that was a thing for the past. I've had enough of all that now. I'd rather be doing this and waking up New Year's Day with a clear head, or trying to. But don't worry, we have got some alcohol. We're going to celebrate the New Year's Eve and the New Year with a bit of whiskey. Hopefully not too much that I get so plastered I can't take this thing down in the morning, but we'll see. Yeah, just a quick note about the hurricane lantern then. Main reason I actually brought it with me was because saving batteries. I got here to camp about 3:30 p.m. so that would mean I've got, I don't know, 8 hours hanging around before I want to go to bed. Batteries, it's going to kill them in that time. I'd need to carry tons of them, so having that there with a bottle of fuel, you can see just about, this means I save batteries. It's not bright by any means, and it does smell. I wouldn't use this during the night while I'm sleeping because of the fire risk, and then the carbon monoxide as well. So that's why I've got the doors on the front of the tent wide open, bit of oxygen getting here, ventilation. But yeah, it's a good idea. They're pretty lightweight, those as well. They're only aluminium. They don't take up a great deal of room. Right, I've come out of the woods again, just to sign off for the night. Literally a couple of minutes till midnight now. So thank you so much for the subscribers I've got this year. Thank you for the views. Stick with me for next year. Literally a few minutes away now. Got plenty more military kit reviews to come, and overnighters and all sorts of stuff. Hopefully when the nights come back again, we shall have a bit more fun. But Happy New Year to you all. Have a great 2023, whatever you're doing. Morning. Right, I'm all packed away. I just didn't feel like filming much this morning. I didn't sleep very well. The wind was howling through these woods, terrible last night. I just started dropping off, and like a big gust of wind had suddenly wake me up. It was bloody awful. So this morning I had a coffee and some scrambled egg for breakfast. I apologise for not showing you that. I should have, but didn't feel like it. So we're all packed away there, Bergens on them pallets. Just got a patch where the tent was. There you can probably see. And so we're going to get the hell out of here now and go home. There we are, no trace left other than a bit of a flattened area. No rubbish anywhere. Just to check I've got all my pegs and things. I think we're good. Right, time to get out of here. Got some nice sunshine this morning, as you can probably see. So the sun's up there. It's about 9 AM now, so that's probably southeast. It's come round a bit, the sun. There we are. Sunny Shropshire. New Year's Day 2023. Right, well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I didn't really enjoy the night too much. Couldn't sleep because of the wind noise. I got here about 3:30 PM. Went to bed about 12 or just after. It was a lot of time in a very small confined area, and it's been raining on and off all night and all day. So yeah, it was a difficult one. A lot of time management involved. Watched a bit of YouTube, watched a movie. Yeah, ate plenty of food. It was okay, but I do prefer the summer camps and late spring, early autumn far more. Yeah, so we got plenty to do this year. Plenty more camps. I got a few kit reviews. I got a few things for Christmas that I'll probably do a bit of a video on. You've seen one today or last night. It was the Trangia Mini. Very good actually. I'm used to using military cook sets, and having something like that was a little bit more versatile. I can cook things like scrambled egg on it and a curry in it. A lot of the military ones, they're just for boiling the military ration packs in. A bit too simple really. So it's nice to have a change. But I got a few other things to show you anyway, so stay tuned for them. One thing I was struggling with last night a lot was my AirPad, and well, me and the sleeping bag all sliding around the place. a bit annoying really. You sort of end up hunched up in the one corner and constantly have to keep rearranging the place. But anyway, look at this nice sunrise going on. It's my favourite time of the camp really, almost. The walk out, there's nobody about, especially today. Everyone's got hangovers. Yeah, and I had a fair bit of whiskey last night, so I'm not the sharpest this morning. You can probably tell that. That's why I didn't film cooking me breakfast or nothing.